Welcome to Cupid's Logic, where love meets predictive intelligence. We decode attraction, conflict, attachment, and compatibility, so you can know if it will last before you commit.
Welcome to Cupid's Logic. I am your host, Craig Pruitt, and today we are diving into a tiny split that costs people years. Picture two people leaving the same date. One remembers jokes, easy conversation, a feeling of being seen. The other remembers a clipped goodbye, an awkward silence, and a single line that landed wrong. Same night, two different stories. That little split changed everything they did next. Let's get serious for a moment. This isn't about whose memory wins. It's about meaning. When your partner and you assign different meaning to the same events, you end up steering in different directions. Here's the idea in one line. Your relationship runs on stories. Origin, how you started. Conflict, who's at fault in the story you tell. Repair, what making it right looks like. Future, what someday actually pictures. Big difference, right? These story threads tie directly to attachment. If someone tends toward anxious attachment, their story often scans for threat and reassurance. If someone leans avoidant, their story emphasizes independence and space. When your scripts assign opposite roles, one cast as seeker, the other as protector, you talk past each other. Okay, practical part. 4 listening checkpoints you can run in about 15 minutes. Not a debate, not a therapy session, just listening. First, the origin question. Ask casually, what do you remember from when we met that made you want to see me again? Listen for ownership and warmth. Green flag, I felt safe and curious, or you actually listened to me. Red flag, it was fine, or a shrug that erases mutual choice. That tells you whether roots feel shared or one-sided. Listen more than you defend. Simple, but not easy. Second checkpoint, conflict. Try, when we fight, what do you think usually causes it? Pay attention to language. If the answer is pattern-based, we both shut down when we're tired. That's a green sign. If it's blame-based, you always start it. That's a red flag. Different conflict stories predict fights that never land because you're answering different questions. Third, repair. Ask, if one of us messes up, what does making it right look like to you? Specific actions, checking in, small consistent moves, are green. Quick apologies that close the book are often a red sign. If your partner thinks repair is a checkbox and you think it's practice, you get slow erosion. Fourth, and this one exposes future misalignment fast, ask, when you say someday, what do you actually picture? Ask for an image, not a policy. Concrete images, towns, routines, kids, daily rhythms, are green. Vague, conditional answers, maybe, if things work out, are a warning. Futures that ignore core life choices predict medium-term drift. So, what do mismatches predict in plain language? If origin stories disagree, that's about commitment confidence. If conflict stories don't match, you'll circle the same fights. If repair models differ, one person will feel unheard while the other thinks they fixed things. If future stories diverge, you're likely heading towards scheduling your lives apart. Work, kids, where to live, those things add up fast. Now the good part. Many mismatches are solvable if you treat the check like curiosity, not accusation. Try a 15-minute narrative check. Say something like, I'm curious about how you see us. Can we take 10 minutes to compare notes? No fixing, just listening. Keep it short. Keep it neutral. Protocol. One person answers 2 prompts while the other paraphrases the meaning back. No defense. Then switch. That structure prevents immediate fixing and surfaces whether you're building shared meaning or parallel universes. Try saying that sentence out loud. Feel the difference. If the gaps are small, different words for the same feeling, use reframing moves. Offer a reframe like, when you say X, I hear Y. I wonder if we could try Z. One exercise for tonight, pick one origin memory, tell it aloud, have your partner repeat the meaning they heard, Then each name one value that memory signals. Small steps reveal whether it's a language gap or a structural gap. When the gap touches core values, kids, money, moving abroad, treat it like structural risk. Chart it. Slow the timeline. Consider coaching. These are signals, not moral failures. Be honest with yourself about what you can live with and what you can't. Let me paint a quick composite. Maya and Josh. Maya's origin story was all closeness, late-night talks, and feeling seen. Josh's was freedom, weekend adventures with friends. Maya read Josh's need for space as rejection. Josh read Maya's reaching as pressure. After a 15-minute check, they realized they were describing the same weekends through different needs, safety versus autonomy. They agreed to one 24-hour check-in after weekends apart. That ritual turned Josh's reset into something Maya could understand and ask for, and it stopped the loop. Quick toolkit. 3 actions tonight. 1. Ask the origin question. Listen for agency and warmth. 2. Ask the repair question. Listen for specificity and humility. 3. Test someday. Ask for an image. If answers feel vague or erased, schedule a narrative check when you're both rested. And a sentence to use when things get sticky. When X happens, I feel Y. I want Z. That keeps it about need, not blame. I can relate. Small sentences can feel huge. Let's be gentle but honest. Are you ready for the truth? Narrative alignment won't fix every structural mismatch, but it will filter noise from signal. If a narrative check reveals deep values misalignment, treat that as an important early warning. You'd rather know now than learn it the hard way. Curious? Try the 15-minute narrative check tonight. Visit cupidslogic.com, grab the free narrative checklist and the Prism narrative module. Run it when you're both rested, and then tell us what you learned. I would love to hear your thoughts. Be honest with yourself. You deserve to know. Thanks for listening to Cupid's Logic. Remember, you're not bad at relationships. You've been flying blind. Now you have a flashlight. Take one small conversation tonight and treat it like evidence gathering, not judgment. Goodbye for now.
This has been Cupid's Logic. Stop flying blind in love. Visit cupidslogic.com and let the Prism engine reveal what your relationship data already knows.